Hello everyone. Here's importing our DWG file part 2. Now, in the previous one we've imported our 4 views here, the front, right side, left side, and top view, into SolidWorks all in the front plane. Usually when you do the import process, here is our 2D to 3D toolbar that should pop up. I'm going to pull it out so it makes it easier so I can point at things. If you don't see it right away, you can always right click and get your 2D and 3D toolbar and then put it wherever you like. So the first thing is, well, if you remember from 2D drafting, if you've taken 2D drafting, when we're doing our views, you envision it as a box. So if this were a box, this would be the top of the box, the front of the box, the right side of the box, left side of the box, and it's unfolded. That gives us our orthogonal views in one plane. What the 2D to 3D function is going to do is kind of do it in reverse. We're going to first, if you notice right here, front is the only option we have right now because everything's on the front plane. So we want to define what is the front view, and from after we define the front view, the rest of the views will open up, and then we can select left view, right view, and top view. So I'll show you real quick. First thing you have to do, you always have to select your line work first, and then select Add to Front Sketch. It grays it out. Now that makes it our front sketch. Now we can do the same thing. Since all these are opened up now, let's do the right. And you'll notice as soon as I hit the right, it's going to rotate that view. It rotates the view back. You'll notice that the center lines and center marks actually stayed in this front plane. We can get rid of it later, or we can get rid of it now. I'll just get rid of it later. Let's do the same thing for our left side. Highlight those. Pick the left side. Highlight top. Hit the top. Now I can go back through. I can clean up these lines. Select one at a time, or one plane worth of center lines at a time, and then just hit your delete button. And one thing I noticed also, if you look over here, this model, as soon as I delete all the extraneous lines I don't want, update, that portion disappears. Now we have what looks like the box that is closed. Next thing we have to do is align our sketches to each other. You'll notice the front and the top are aligned. If you look at the left side, is aligned with the left side over here is aligned with the left side. The right side is aligned with the right side. We don't need them to be exactly on top of each other because we're going to project in. But let's take a look at the right and left sides. Well, they don't align with the top. Right and left, because when you fold the box out, the right and left sides will be aligned with the bottom. So is the top also. They'll be aligned with the sides. But if the original drawing didn't have the views exactly spaced the same exact distance apart, this is what happens to you when it rotates it. It rotates it at the same distance on each side of the front view. So if the right view is farther away from the front view than the left view is, you see this offset. So it's easy to correct. We have the align sketch function here, but with everything in the 2D 3D toolbar, you have to select the points first. I can either select lines. Let's say this line I know is on the front plane along with this line. I can select line, or I can select points. So I'm going to select points. This point, and let's see here. Control. Hit Control. Now I got those 2 points selected. Whichever point you selected first, that'll be the face that will move. So I selected the right face sketch first, so that'll move it over to align with the top. Come over here, hit the align sketch. See how it moved over? Now let's go to the left side and do the same thing. Yeah, I'll show you. Let's see if I pick this line I know is actually on the same plane as this one. it does the alignment also. Now we have our right and left sides are aligned to each other and aligned to the top, and the front is aligned to the right and left and the top also. What I like to do is plan out exactly what we actually want to do first. Plan your build. Me, I envision, there's multiple ways to always do extrusions and cuts. I look at it the way a machinist would. If I was going to machine this, I see from the original drawing, let's bring that one back, original drawing, if you look at the isometric, it looks just like a U-channel. If you had a actual U-channel with the exact specifications, the width, you can just cut the width of it out, and then 3 machine operations: cut on this side, cut on this side, and then cut and drill on the bottom. So I'm going to work on it that way. So in order to do that, we will extrude the U-channel all the way out, and then use the right side to extrude cut through that, left side extrude cut through that, and the top to extrude cut through that. And that will conclude this portion of the video. In the next video, we're going to clean up these drawings. It'll make more sense. When I clean them up because I know what I'm going to do is extrude and cut. In order to cut, I need to cut out this portion up here, this portion, and the actual slot. So if I clean up the drawing and add in components I can use to extrude cut later, initially, I won't have to do it later. But you could always do that in another step. But that concludes this video.